It was 2006 and we had just finished filming the Gun Barrel Highway and taken a run out to Uluru before returning to Warburton to attempt a trip south along the Connie Sue Highway. We planned to visit Sydney Yeo Chasm and return to Leonora via Neale Junction, Naries Point and Laverton. This was going to be fun.
Back to Warburton. The weather's a bit better than it was a week ago when we were here. This is mainly a fuel stop. The girls are going to try and have showers, and my mission is to charge the battery on this video camera.
Yeah, we've just left Warburton and we're now heading down towards the Warburton Road, which was originally built as the Connie Sue Highway.
Okay, back into the serious stuff. While we're out here, the Connie Sue, named after Len Bedell's firstborn.
Everyone's doing their photographic things. Good start to it here. The track is open, we've been told, all the way down.
Only been on the Connie Sue 5 minutes. And we've faced with some boggy sort of areas. Oops.
It's about 14k in at this point in time, and so far fairly smooth. On this particular trip, a bit of mud here and there because we've had extensive rains through this area last week. Down the sand hills, they're just floating away. It's about 38 kilometres down the road, that just keeps changing already. And of course, there's always a cameraman on the side of the track just to make sure that everything looks good as you go past. The rain comes blooming of wildlife, wildflowers. The track's cut through at the bottom of a sandhill just here. They've just come over Bedell Ridge and we're heading now towards Mountain Knob, and there's the road just meandering on into the distance.
A rocky outcrop as we go up the hill. In the Great Victoria Desert.
Yeah, I reckon you get a few punches.
If the dirt wasn't red, it's almost like a beach track.
About 90 k's in, Connie Sue. Fuel's still full. We've probably filled about 200 litres on board, so just going steady on the corrugate.
You're a bit top heavy, aren't you? You're worried about falling over?
Worried about breaking a spring.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is McKenzie's Gorge on the Connie Sue in the Great Victoria Desert. See for miles. Best thing about this is not too many people see it. There's no tourists out here, just hardened travellers like us. Brett's standing on the edge of McKenzie's Gorge, which runs alongside the road. It's a natural breakaway. There's Glenda struggling in. The problem with something like this is that really you don't get the perspective that you would like to get for it. Probably because the sun is where it's at. At this time of the day, it's just after midday. But we really are on a ridge now, overlooking the plain right out.
6 inches deep.
We've decided to stop here for lunch. So here's the cars all sort of pulled up, and we'll be moving on again in about an hour. We've got a problem with the exhaust breaker. So we've used the farmer's...
It's nastiest you can find made in China.
wire.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Righto.
Bush, running repairs, bush style.
Fairly corrugated road here, just on from the McKenzie Gorge where we had a little lunch. Cruising down the Connie Sue at about 20 kilometres per hour. This is Waterfall Gorge. There's an archway apparently that we need to look for. Apparently the waterfall is back up this way. We're currently in the river bed, which of course is full of water. This is potentially where the waterfall is. Not real huge, but that's where it looks rather fragile. Yeah. But this is the valley, and this is the gorge, Waterfall Gorge. Bending over, it's been like that for a long time.
Oh, he's got a timer happening.
So, Little cave sitting underneath the rock there. Yes, this is fantastic in here. It's a fair old drop down there. Wonderful. There's a deep sort of waterhole in there, which is the gorge running around in the river. I walked around a bit and I found another rock hole, which could be very deep. Just how deep, I don't know. Alright, that's where that little rock pool is that I just saw. There's a waterfall down in there, and there's rigs and ash. But I can't get down there from here. I'm going to have to go all the way around the other side, I think.
Got it, Woods?
Roll reversal. Well, I'm in the river here. Just fantastic. I love it. Well, it was a bit of an arduous climb that, but I finally reached my goal at getting down to the bottom of the waterfall here. We're up at the top before with the other rock pool. The thing that I like about this place in particular is there's no bloody tourists around. You know, only mad bastards like us dare come out here. It's good. It's very good. Yep, this is definitely an easier way back than the one I took to get here. For sure and certain. Back on the Connie Sue Highway, there was just a rusted round disc with nothing written on it and an overgrown track leading off to the left, which is the track which is going to hopefully take us to the Sydney Yeo Chasm. And this is the track we're on right now. About 75 kilometres of this. And now they just, as was my experience last year, they just keep running down the road. They're stupid animals, they really are. Currently 55k down the road leading to Sydney Yeo Chasm. It's been like this all the way. It's very slow, and oh, there's a good one. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're through it. Almost dusk. About 80 kilometres from Waterfall Gorge. It's been a rough old ride. Some parts have been pretty good. Others quite horrendous. Lovely countryside though. Yes, I should point out that we are not on the Connie Sue any longer. We turned off that 5 kilometres south of the Waterfall Gorge. This is just simply the Sydney Yeo Chasm Road. East off the Connie Sue Highway. No sooner have we just finished taping then, done a tyre.
What
have you seen up there, Tom? Anything exciting? I reckon they're full of shit, mate. There's no chasm up here.
5 to 5 right near the Sydney Yeo Chasm. And we got a flat. On the other hand, it was a magnificent sunset.
They're putting it up, but it's going down
Fast as
pretty
you put
quick.
it up.
Yeah, it's got a fairly nasty hole in it.
Alright, as darkness descends, operation's almost complete.
Yep.
As Suze takes herself off to the bush, this is a look at the campsite here at the Sydney Yeo Chasm, isn't it, Riggs?
Yes.
Very secluded spot it is too.
We haven't really seen it in the daytime, so
I had my best night's sleep yet in Little Dodgy. Dad and Gloria slept in the Kib Triple O.
This is the Sydney Yeo Chasm. About 75 kilometres in from the Connie Sue Highway. Fed in from a number of little waterways, rock holes, down through here and then down and into the points for the water all along the way. That's a full grown tree just there. Trees down below, entry point over there. And it's easy to see how the water rushes through and washes all these rock holes and things out, straight down and into the gorge. And so there it runs. Meanwhile, there's a whole myriad of these chasms all the way along, leading out that way. You can spend probably a couple of days here without any problems. Little branches of these things running off everywhere. And then about 50 metres to the north, there's another chasm coming off the main one. There's been a lot of rain through this area, and the rivers have obviously been running in recent times. In fact, there's been a lot of rain everywhere the last week or so. Okay, we're now driving out from Sydney Yeo Gorge Chasm, and just a little bit of a ridge, a rise, and gives you an idea of the surrounding countryside. Really is quite awesome up here. Mind you, it's awesome everywhere out in this sort of area. That's all that tells you that the Sydney Yeo Chasm is down there. In fact, nothing. But that's the entry to Sydney Yeo Chasm in there. This is the Frank Hahn Tabletop, found in 1903 by Frank Hahn. There's the road coming in from the Connie Sue Highway. The car's down below. And then if we get up into what we can look at from here.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make him feel good though.
Over there, a bit more of a,
Opinion means so much.
bit more hills and things.
My opinion, harsh words.
You got the binoculars with it?
Negative.
They're going to try and make perfect by Friday night, eh?
Piece of piss.
Well, I suppose
It was a
you
bit of a
can't-
climb up here,
can't
but
get
I'm
down
pretty
to,
proud of the old man actually.
They probably get up at 7 and leave instead of 10:30.
He's done
I
well.
suppose.
I think I was going to make it there for a while.
Do you reckon you could
Just a 360 degree look at what's going on around us. Very much all the same. Lots of it. It's a big land. and then back down to the car park. Behind the tabletop, this sort of depression in the ground. Looks a little bit like a meteorite crater. And then we're going to continue on down here. And then hidden in amongst all this lot, we find that.
Always for the audience.
So we've got this piece of rock here, and then it just disappears into a big cavern.
He's not jumping up and down in one spot. The road is pretty damn rough, and he's going through it about 1.5 miles an hour. That's what it looks like.
"6:30, July 20, 2006, a Thursday. I'm standing on top of Point Sandercock, so named and discovered by Frank Hahn in 1903, sort of following Hahn's track on that expedition, about 2 k's off the Connie Sue. We got here at 4:30 yesterday afternoon. That's the homestead. Riggs' birthday today. I just saw him emerge from his tent. Dad and I have been the only two up for a little while. There he is. Wave to the camera, Larry. Very well done. Out for a walk around up to the other side. The feature over there.
Walking around the top here, we find these holes in actual fact drill out into the front of the rock. From the other side of the ridge, that's where the original video was taken, and we've walked all the way around here. We're now on the other side completely, Point Sandercock, and about to now head back down onto the plain.
Breakfast time. And there's Susan in her pyjamas.
I don't know, I was thinking of
Ash into his first one. I think I'll videotape you picking it up, mate. But not that it's beyond the realms of possibility, of course.
You want to heat that plug in there?
Oh, look, kettle's on. Music to my ears, that sound.
Put more water in the bottle.
Back on the Connie Sue. As you see, that bit's washed out, so we had to come around the outside.
We're about 50k down the track from Point Sandercock, and the conditions just keep changing. The scenery just keeps changing, the landscape keeps changing. You're through sandhills and you're out of sandhills and into open plains and then back on the sandhills, and this is just a little bit of where we're at this point in time. And we're probably somewhere around about between 50 and 60 kilometres short maybe of Neale Junction. We're now entering the Neale Junction Nature Reserve.
immediately as you take off up and over Sandhill. There's a lot of these traverse the road all the way down to Connie Sue, as do most of his trips, but they're apparently fairly prevalent in this particular part of the world. Okay, we come over the hill and all of a sudden there's a whole heap of these trees that are just weird.
About 5 k's out of Neale Junction.
Vehicles and decided to climb this sand hill and just have a look at the surroundings. There's the track leading down. We're only just a kilometre or 3 short of Neale Junction at the moment.
We're about 2 k's out of Neale Junction.
Now we're approaching Neale Junction.
Well, Neale Junction is the crossroads where Len Bedell had built the Bedell Highway, which is east to west, and the Connie Sue, which is, of course, is what we've been on, north to south. That's the Connie Sue. We've just headed down. That's looking north up towards Warburton. That's the Bedell heading east, eventually all the way to Coober Pedy. Bloody long way from here. Connie Sue south, down towards Rawlinna, 220 miles from here. And that's the way we're headed next, and Bedell west towards Laverton. Although we'll turn off it onto the Naries Road, another Len Bedell road, in about 50 kilometres. Our resident writer is Lawrence Kibblewhite. He's making an entry into the journal here about our visit and our trip. This is Len's plate at his junction. Coober Pedy is 600 miles to the east. South Australian border is 220, and Warburton is 203 miles to the north.
Now under the tree out here at Neale Junction there's a plaque which reads, "In loving memory of Ernie Trowbridge, his ashes were scattered here by his family, free at last to roam the outback he loved." This is the Neale Junction camping area or stopping off area. It's about the only place we've seen on the whole trip where they've actually set up as a probably something that caters for people who are touring through the place. Okay, so we've just left Neale Junction. We're now on the Bedell Highway and we're heading towards Naries Road. We've been on the Bedell Highway and we've reached the Naries Point Road here, junction. We've stopped, we've had something to eat, and we're now going to continue on our journey.
This is the Naries Point Road. As Dad said, we've got a pedestrian in front of us. Just won't get off the road for us.
12 months ago, Chase went up the Duncan Highway for about 1 kilometre as well. And he's following the bloody road. That's the stupid part of it.
That's right.
Well, it makes sense to him, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sit on the horn.
That's made him run quicker. Oh, shit. Ah, well. We'll stop and let him go on. Let the camel run on a bit as we follow him for our 5Ks. The radiator's full of spinifex weed. So we clean that out, make sure it doesn't overheat. Riggs is doing the same on the Chamberlain. Alright, we finally reached Naries Point at about 4:30 this afternoon. Site of our camp for tonight. That was Naries Point, this is the sunset.
Ripper, innit? Yeah. Ripper, Maria. Put the pile going there, Woods.
The fire's just about to go on, this is the camp.
We'll only confuse ourselves if we have.
Well, this is the Naries Point camp in the evening of July 20. Ash has got the fire going, while Gloria's cooking spaghetti bolognese. Suze is studying, believe it or not, in the middle of nowhere. Ash has got half the dead animals in Australia on his barbecue. Oh yes. Mrs. Gloria cooking food for the 2 Kiwawhite boys. Spaghetti bolognese.
Yeah, if there's enough.
My favourite. Oh, there'll be enough. I won't need a whole lot. Friday, July 21, 2006, as the sun rises in the east. Our camp here at Naries Point, that's Naries Point up the back there. It's about to be packed up because we're on our way. Our last day today on the outback highways of Western Australia. But we hit the blacktop sometime tonight or tomorrow morning. Friday, July 21. It's 8:30 in the AM, and this is where the Naries Point Road reaches, or is. Oh, hang on! Here comes the iron horse. And the Chamberlain behind it. Anyway, this is the junction of the Naries Point Road to the Plum Ridge Lakes Road. And we've been a bit worried about whether we're on the right road or not, but here we are. It's all good. We travelled a bit further north than what we thought we were going to. We've got the salt lake here on the side of the road.
Because of the heavy rain that's come through the area in the recent times, there's actually water in the lake. I would imagine that they wouldn't be there most of the time. These things come out in the wet apparently. We've just pulled in off the road and gone up a little dirt track, and this is Lake Rason. Can't be seen from the main road, but certainly fairly huge lake here. Lake Rason. And the boys are lined up for their photo opportunity on the lake. They've done a lot of hard work on this run. It's quite an expanse here, it's got to be said. Yeah, the odd things you find as you're driving around the middle of nowhere. If that's not enough, school zone. Scanning the horizon, there's a couple of hills over there now. Could be Mount Douglas, or it could be the end of the Dr. Hicks Range. We'll get closer to those as we go, probably. Okay, we're coming across a range of hills that Not too sure what they are according to our map. No idea, but this we think might be Mallee Hen Rock. Just after that rock on that we had a look at just then, come over the hill, and there in the distance is this plateau. Over the top of another rise, and in front of us more features from which we can attempt to identify where we are. I mean, we know where we are, we're here, we're in the car. Just in off the main road, and a little bit of a rock formation here. Well, this road is fairly remote, but it is obviously a road that needs to be maintained. And what did we come across? Come across a grader.
With his ute.
With his ute, there's water behind him, by the looks of it.
Lunch stop. We're somewhere southeast of Laverton. We're not exactly sure because we thought we were on one road, but Woody in the GPS says we're on another road. So that's good, isn't it? Dad's trying to get the sat phone working. Been recalcitrant at best. So Woody reckons we're on the... He reckons he knows the way,
Yep.
as usual.
Away and get to Laverton this afternoon and on to Connie.
And there's Captain Farrell, the man that's led us here today, set a cracking pace.
No, I didn't.
I've been going nice and steady.
So which way are we going to go, Captain Farrell?
We're heading
This way.
Headway. And I
Which
reckon we
is south, isn't it? Isn't it south that way? No? It's not. All right then, we'll go down there and see what happens.
That's going to head west that way, I reckon.
Alrighty, after our lunch stop, we know where we are now. In fact, we always did, as it turned out. We're 30 kilometres south of Laverton, and this is a ghost town. Good place for a camp, eh?
Looks like someone was empty.
Gotta watch out for the abandoned mine shafts around here, they say. Rigs.
Look at this, World Cup soccer goals.
Not just normal soccer goals, but World Cup soccer goals. The old barbecue.
Careful of mine shaft, folks, don't disappear no more. Discussions are currently taking place amongst the filmmakers, suggesting this would be a beautiful setting for a horror movie.
Mine shaft here, abandoned. How deep it is by dropping this rock down there. Hopefully without falling itself. And I threw that down, I didn't just drop it. It's a good...
Did it hit the bottom yet?
Yeah. Oh, look at that ball.
Bullets.
Look at that. Okay, this is the main street of Burtville. This is the pub. Well, it was the pub. They still grade the main road though, or the main street, should I say. The road's over to the left of me as I stand here, about 40 metres. If you had a metal detector, you'll take a wander through this area.
Straight down into the cellar.
There's the Iron Horse, unlike him to miss a pub. This is the cellar, we reckon. Straight in through the front door. Of course, there would have been floorboards there in the past.
Areas, doesn't it?
It looks like if you give it a good shove, it'll go over. Alright, we're here at Laverton. I was thinking which of the L towns we're at actually, because there's a few around here. This is the BP, but we're going to head on over to Leonora. There's the local uni here.
Local university.
And this is the Desert Inn. Now, Riggs and I saw the destruction of the Desert Inn in Las Vegas.
Oh.
It's in a different way. And this is a very different place. And there's the local wallopers.
Really alcohol.
Standing around a bit, Riggs is just going to talk to his dad and see what
We're in Leonora. We spent the night here. Warm 2 degrees overnight. Bit of a jack frost happening apparently. Let's have a quick look at the town. You would imagine there are some newer places. There are some older places. Bitumenised driveways. Old boobies here with a satellite dish on the roof, so I suppose they get people in here making radio on what's Foxtel. Place is well back off the street, tall fences. There's one that's been around for a little while. Headed to Laverton that way. We came in on the next street. This is the main shopping centre. The hotel was the Butchers. It's a place, supermarket. And there are stores on the side. Stayed at the back of that hotel on the corner there. It's an ATM on that corner. Post office here. White House Hotel where Brett stayed last night. Mount Leonora Minor. Tennis courts. The town is quite nicely presented. Very neat, tidy. Even has a Coles Express service station. We availed ourselves of that bill last night. Caravan park there in the middle. BP station. And there's a motel just up the road here. And there. Where the boys stayed last night. So just a quick run down the main street of Leonora. There's an old place. The old ones, some of the more original places are probably up at this end of town. Mining town, of course. Leonora. This is our Memorial Park, and just as we got here to have a look at it, the gardeners turned up, opened the gates, turning the sprinklers on. Can't get over just how neat and tidy this town is. I mean, there's little flowers in the street, they're well tended, there's grass growing. virtually in grass patches along the street. It really is. Everything's painted. The place is just so tidy. It really is. It's a mining town, but it's so far away from everything. Other towns in this area just don't have the same sort of pride. Talking to the butcher, a local butcher, and the pride in this town comes from the fact that the CEO, the Shire Councillor, the CEO of the Shire Council, is born and bred in the place. And as a result, the pride is enormous. So it doesn't matter, Sunday morning, 6:30, he said the Shire boys are out and cleaning the place up. This is the town swimming pool. That's a novel idea. Car in the middle of it. Not that I get to see a lot of swimming pools, maybe it's not such a novel idea.
Well, this is Gwalia, just 3 kilometres south of the main township of Leonora. Now, Gwalia is a mining town, an abandoned mining town. It was the home of Herbert Hoover, who was in charge of the Welsh mining company. Gwalia is Welsh for Wales. And when the Sons of Gwalia shut the mine down here on the 21st of December 1963, trains were dispatched from Kalgoorlie, and the residents walked away literally with what they had. In 3 weeks, it went from a population of 1,500 to 40. And the museum was set up here in the 1970s. Basically, it is as it was left in 1963.
Brett doing his thing. There's the camera. This is the Gwalia State Hotel, closed in 1964. 1970s renovated for use as the Regional Exploration Office of Western Mining Corporation.
Larry, yeah, thanking me to go take him.
Stick footage type thing of the house we built.
Yeah, this is the entrance to the museum and the historical precincts. Herbert Hoover was President of the United States. He's also the first mine manager here at Gwalia. So his house has been turned into a bed and breakfast.
I thought it was a swimming pool when I first saw it. And sure enough, it is.
Way over there are the mining operations. And this is what they've been mining. What they've been doing to the place. Ooh, that goes down a long way. Now that is one big hole. It's the Gwalia mine.
Those green colour things under the leaves here. Beautiful house.
Looking for me if you've got any questions on anything for any other reason or not. Wow.
No one realises of Brandon's life. And same with the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I should take a photo of that bit then. I
We've got like a shrimp legs.
that's going
I mean, this is an end that I'm not an end, this is an end.
This is back at the northern end where we started. I'm on the other side this time. From here you can see that. From here you can see the first rock pool halfway down the gorge, and the other one's just a bit further down. Oh, you're making that, you're making a waterfall. Pete, grab a couple of big rocks and chuck them in. You're getting the water to run.
It's really beautiful.
Okay. You gonna jump in it? Ready? Yep. Artificially started, but that's where it would look like.
you enjoyed this video, there are over 500 more just like it on this channel. Subscribe and hit the notification bell and we'll let you know when the next video is available. If you liked this video, hit the like button and feel free to share with your friends. Thanks for watching.